Okay, here's a question that I get asked often, and that's, how do I deal with a counterpuncher? Now, I've got a funny story here that I'm going to set this up with. And I was training many, many years ago with a buddy of mine, Doug Bailey, and that night, he was peppering me with back fists, left, right, and center. He was just, no matter how I moved, bam, 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 he hit me. So finally, I asked him, I said, Doug, you hit me with back fists all night. How are you doing this? He says, well, Dan, every time you kick, you drop your hands. I go, oh. So I started sparring him, and I did two things. Number one is I kept my hands up, but the other thing was, as opposed to looking at the target to hit it, what I did was I started watching his hands. So anytime I kicked, bam, I wasn't worried about looking at the target because I knew where the stomach was. It was just above his belt. It's where everybody's stomach is. I started watching the hands. The fascinating thing is I started cutting off every single counter move. So what I've trained myself to do is, I'm going to have my partner just stay still for a second, is that I do not go locate the target with my eyes. I don't look directly at the target. I'm here. I generally watch the hand. Bang! I will hit the target in relationship to where he has his hands. Now, what does this have to do with handling a counterpuncher? So how I handle this with a counterpuncher, it's really simple. I move in. I'm already looking at his hands, you see. Bang. There that is. Well, I see this coming. If I'm looking at the belly, bang, he's going to catch me in the face, etc. But I go, now, let me show you what I did. We're just going to go, not slow motion, but relatively slow. I'm looking at the hands. I punch here, but see where my eyes are? Bang. I see that already, and I follow up. So, there's an old thing in martial arts, look at the eyes. They are the windows to the soul. You'll be able to read intention. I tell my guys, if you can do that on 2 hours sleep with a hangover, I'll believe in it. Otherwise, I'm going to look at the person's body. Now, if you look at the shoulders, yes, that will telegraph something is coming, but it won't tell you what. For me, that's not good enough. The way that I look at it is, what do you do when you cross the street? Well, you look both ways. Why? Well, a car might be coming. So? Well, you might get hit by the car. Yeah, what's the big deal about getting hit by the car? Well, you get run over, you could get creamed, you could get hurt. Oh, pain's involved. Well, pain's not involved in his eyes. It's not involved in his shoulders. It's involved in his hands. And when I look at his hands, I tilt my head, so I've got his hands in the top part of my vision, his thighs in the bottom part of my vision, which means I've got my eyes on his guns. So if he's going to counter shoot me, no problem. I see it already. Hope this helps.